Hi Capricorn, I want to introduce you to a new feature of mine. So what I'm going to be doing is doing 2 general forecasts for each month with the tarot, in addition to a love reading that is separate, which I have always done my love readings separate, and I should be putting those out in about a week or so. And also astro forecast maybe once a month. And I hope you like this format. This particular reading will cover from the 1st through the 16th of October, when we have a full moon, which is falling in your 4th house of home and family. Now, the 4th house it can deal with your family of origin, so you may find out news, you might find out something about your family, one of your parents, or about your family home, maybe they're selling it. The full moons can indicate that issues arise or come to a head, but it could be an ending. So it could also be your current home. Maybe you're going to be selling that, and that would be welcome news if you've put it on the market. So see what comes up around that time. So, oh wow, this is pretty cool, Capricorn. Look at what the overall theme of the first half of the month is. The 4 of Wands, which is the happy home. And this is also related to marriage, possibly, but it could be about somebody buying a new home. So that could be something that, even though we talk about the endings, the full moon being endings, it could be culmination. So if you've been looking and looking, maybe you close on a house that you've wanted. Again, this could also relate to marriage, but you see, it's the number 4. So that's why they have that. There's like numerological associations with these numerology. Connected with tarot, and the number 4 is about foundations. Okay, so that's why in astrology it's the 4th house. The home and family represents the structure. So that will be likely on your mind for some reason, something to do with home, something to do with family. Okay, in the recent past we have the Justice card. Now, when I see this in terms of home and family, it could be definitely regarding a divorce, and maybe a divorce becomes final, and now you can marry somebody else that you've been involved with. Maybe a divorce was dragging on for quite a while, but this could also mean that it could also have to do with an inheritance, and maybe that was some sort of property matter that was kind of hanging there for a while. We've had a Mercury retrograde, so that might have slowed things down for you. And now that they're getting back up, I think it's around the 7th of October that Mercury will go back into that degree it was before it retrograded. So after the 7th, you will see even more movement towards that full moon. But for some reason, there is justice being served, and it's related to either a family or a home real estate. So I say with a family and a divorce is that because it might affect, if you got divorced, it would affect everyone in the family and not just you. The current or near future energy is the Wheel of Fortune. So you may have felt like you've been through a lot of stress. And now you're going to be on the upswing, so to speak. So if you have had a lot of kind of heavy stuff happen, and definitely with Pluto going through Capricorn, Capricorns may have had quite a doozy of the last, I would say, about possibly 8 years or so. And not only that, there's other energies such as Uranus and Aries that, form a challenging angle to your sun or rising sign. So at least for now, I think Pluto is in retrograde. It just went in retrograde. So maybe that's going to ease up some of that stuff. Or maybe it just went direct. Maybe that'll ease things up. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't know if that will help or hinder anything. But I think it's going to help. Whatever it's doing is because the Wheel of Fortune is something, we all have different phases in life, right? And sometimes we feel like things are coming easier to us than others. That's one of the things that astrology is very good at, is looking at different phases of life and, learning how to capitalize the most from them. The challenge position is the Ace of Pentacles. Now what this can mean is that you may have had some kind of offer, and this may be, actually, to tell you the truth, I think that this could be like a business loan that did not go through when you wanted it to, and now maybe, it's kind of tied up in something. Maybe you've been trying to start some business and you couldn't do so. However, if it's very interesting, because if you have started like a new relationship, maybe there have been obstacles in that, and maybe it has to do with something in your past where you were getting divorced and you couldn't be with a new person yet, and so that kept the relationship from getting started. But something that's new has a hard time getting off the ground. The timing may not be right, so don't try to impose your will on things and make them happen in a way that is not natural. If something seems like it's not flowing, maybe you need to leave it alone, even if you really want to start a new business. If the things don't seem to be aligning, just have faith that something will eventually kind of pick up, and that remember that you do have better days ahead. And very interestingly, the advice is related to the Tower card. Now this could simply be, now as advice, this is something that you can do. You may need to really radically cut ties with the past. If you have had some sort of, I don't know, like, let's say you've been in a marriage for 20 years and you were just stuck in a rut, and maybe you are getting divorced, but you still have remnants of that life. You may have to kind of just like totally reinvent yourself. But this could actually have something to do with that full moon. Maybe you discover something at the time that really rocks your world. Remember that even if it's something that is shocking that happens, that it will clarify things for you. So that, it's a lot of times people are operating in the dark about something and they can't really make any headway because they're kind of being deceived or somehow not aware of everything that's going on. And this could have something to do with something you've been trying to start. And I do feel like this situation is not necessarily related to you know, a career necessarily, even though this card could be like a new job offer that is being delayed for some reason. But I feel like it could be a business, and it could be a home business. I really do. And perhaps you were, you know, prevented from, you've been trying to launch and something has kind of like always seemed to get in the way. I think though that you may find out something about what is going on that allows you to gain better clarity, and maybe this will speed things up, because then we have as the outcome the Eight of Wands, and this is a card of things happening like rapidly. So it's almost like you have to have some revelation in order to kind of free everything up. And maybe this is coming from within you, this realization, and then all of a sudden things start happening. Maybe there's some kind of an impasse, and then things start happening. Maybe you get wonderful news. But whatever happens, you may be required to make a choice very quickly, and you may feel like you're not prepared, you know, that you want to be thinking about something for a long time, and you may have to just go for it. And of course it depends on whatever it is, and I trust you to know what's best for your life. But it sounds like you do have some cards which indicate that you are moving on and moving into a better situation, Capricorn. So I hope you like this new format. If you would like a private reading, you can click on the link below this video. Otherwise, I hope the first half of October is very eventful for you. Bye.